Hey, you. Get on the stick.
Yo, bring it.
Choose your fighter.
Yeah. How's it going, lads?
Fight.
Bang, bang, bang.
Flawless victory.
SideQuest Arcade.
Well, hey there. Welcome to SideQuest Arcade. I'm your host today, Micro Manatee. With my one co-host, Brian, aka Happiness.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Good to be back.
Hell yeah, good to see you, man. It's been a cool minute. I feel like since we had you and I on the show together. I feel like we've just been missing each other.
I feel like somehow all of our lives got kind of crazy at the exact same time, and it's made scheduling a show very difficult. Because I haven't recorded with you since before you went to Japan.
Yeah, it's literally been a month since you
Like,
and I sat down on the
literally.
mic.
Oh,
It's-
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Matt and Brian, they ain't here. Or no, Brian's here, but Bryce isn't. Fuck. I've had a couple beers. We'll figure
I'm
it out.
on number 3-2. I just landed today. I actually didn't think I would record this week. I thought you guys would have recorded, before Sunday, last minute,
Well,
like,
and
can
to
I
be
push
fair-
you guys to do anything
To be
while
fair-
I'm gone?
to be fair, we did record on Tuesday. Released Wednesday, but
Yeah, I'm
Bryce
2 days
told me-
late.
yeah, 2 days late, but it's out there, right? So, but then Bryce was like, "Don't worry, I'll be here Sunday. It'll all be good." Here Sunday. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. We'll figure it out. Feel like we'll get back into the swing of things eventually. Gotta have a couple.
Probably not till 2019 at this rate. We got HRX, we got Christmas, and then I think we'll be back to like, oh wow, we've spent a whole bunch of money at Christmas. Let's just stay home and not go anywhere come
Yeah.
January. I'm sure everybody can relate to that. And all of a sudden,
Absolutely.
we'll have 4 hosts again.
That's it, man. That's all it takes. It's gonna be that post-holiday, like, what is it, like the most depressing time of the year is like mid-January or something, when you realize there's just like nothing to do. You got like post-holiday, you got that weight gain or whatever. There's like a study on it or something.
Well, I mean, I live in northern Canada, so around that
It's
time of
fucking
year,
cold, yeah.
the sun's only out for like 8 hours a day. Like
Yep.
the sun rises at 9:30 and sets at 4. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
And then, of course, you just spend all of your money at Christmas, and you probably put on 10 pounds.
yeah. That's what I hear
And then
about like
it's
every time.
miserable fucking cold outside, usually too.
Yeah, that's I hear that like around mid-January. It always comes out on the CBC or something. It's like, oh, this is the most depressing time of the year. I'm like, hey, thanks for reminding us, CBC. We all kind of know. Cold as fuck. No, everyone's aware. We don't need the study. We get it. Thanks for sharing, though.
It gets cold in the mind too, dude. Like last winter, it got to a solid week of minus 45.
Excellent. That's too cold. That's
That's
fucking
too cold.
I know I've said before I like me some minus 40, but like, fuck. When you're out there
But I
trying to work,
think
that's
when
totally
it got
different.
when I got to minus 45 though, I think the plant just shut down. Like I was talking to one of the guys that was out there, and they just worked in the office. Like nobody went outside. No truck would even turn on. Like the whole
Oh,
mine
no.
just shuts down for a week.
Eventually, it gets so cold that just like basic shit, like the oil in your truck stops working correctly. It's like, yeah, okay, it's time to sit down. Like, there's not much
You
can
can't
do.
use a propane torch. Like my dad, he's a plumber, and he can't use, or like a lot of guys will use propane. And to get the propane to start like letting to start vaporizing again, they'll take like an acetylene torch and like heat the tank, which sounds terribly dangerous, but
If you gotta get it going, you gotta get it going, I guess. But shit,
I've seen too actually. I think at that temperature, diesel trucks they stop operating too. Like
yeah,
anybody with a diesel pickup. So I've been out at work when it's like minus 40, and they're like, my car won't start, my car won't run. All I own is a diesel. I ain't coming to work.
Yeah, well, I think it gels at that temperature, or like close to, right?
Yeah,
So
basically.
they're just like, well, I'm not going anywhere. So I know I've had a few mornings where I've had to take a blowtorch to my truck, but it's not quite at the point where shit stops working. I can't imagine trying to do a full fucking 8 hours, 12-hour day out there. That's wild.
13-hour days usually what I do. I start at 6, and then I leave at 7.
Excellent.
They're
Sleep.
long days. As much as I can. Yeah.
So I gathered that was your week, was a lot of 13-hour, not a whole lot of gaming going on, not a whole lot of...
No, not a whole lot of gaming. Some reason I had the bright fucking idea that I'm like, look, last time I took the PlayStation and it was great. I played Soul Calibur, but I was kind of lacking on sleep. And I feel like the healthy decision is to not take a gaming console. Can I go back 11 days and slap Brian of 11 days ago?
Yes.
Like, at least take a Game Boy. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? I'll be content just watching Netflix on my phone. I'm a fucking moron. Like, and I'm out there, and by like day whatever, I'm like, I'm just watching. Like, you get to that part of YouTube, and like that's how bored you are in camp, and you're like, why did I not just bring Fire Emblem? It's not the greatest Fire Emblem, but it's better than this deep web of YouTube.
Yeah, you go down the YouTube rabbit hole. Sometimes you don't come back out for a while. It's scary in there, man. Oh.
Like, what am I? I just best forget all of this.
You just read, you're like, what? Someone made this. Someone took time out of their day to make this fucking video and upload it. And now...
And it's got 100,000 views, but I'm still watching it, and like 100,000 is great. But why does this video have 100,000?
Well, I think it's a lot of people like, how did this end up in my recommended? How did I get here? You read the comments. Everyone like gets directed. It's like YouTube knows, like, we know you've been on this site for about 5 hours. You're ready. You're ready to see.
You're ready for the good shit.
the deep part, the one that like no one goes to, but everyone knows. Fair play. I thought you would have at least brought a fucking Game Boy, man. I can understand not bringing the PlayStation because that's bulky. That's hard to travel.
Yeah.
With, but a fucking Game Boy, just stick that in your pocket. Fuck. What are you doing?
I don't know why I didn't pack the Game Boy. I just, and then I got there and like the first night and I was like, was I fucking high? Like, did I catch like a whiff of just all of Canada's legal weed just blowing through the air? Like, what the fuck? Why did I not take a Game Boy? So I watched a lot of YouTube, watched a lot of Soul Calibur YouTube, and regretted that decision for 10 days in camp.
It's even worse because they're playing the game you want to play. You're like,
I know.
Give me the pad. Give me the pad. You're just riding there.
But then I came home and like my wife's cool. I'm like, babe, I've just worked 10, 13-hour days. I don't even know how I'm recording right now. I normally fall asleep at this hour when I come home from camp. And here I am recording, and the bags under my eyes can hold my groceries. Like, it's just...
Oh, shit.
Ugh.
That's a good one. I've never heard that one before. I like it. I'm going to start using that shit.
But, yeah. So, but it was good. I played, like, 5 straight hours of Soul Calibur, like, once we got home, with Croshin and Pizza Rules and Pizza Rules' roommate. And, you know, I kind of bodied them a little bit. I've been playing a lot of this game. I'm a little terrified, though, that Matt's actually, like, taking this really seriously. And he's in the lab for 10 days that I wasn't playing. And he was already catching up to me before I left. Like, I would say that I would probably win, like, a good 70%. And on my mains, I had a good high win rate with Matt. But I'm a little terrified. Flint, hold me.
Man, as someone that's seen, Matt's got different gears that he shifts into depending on how you're playing, and I don't think we've seen him like go all out yet. I'm a little afraid. I think the closest we came was when we were playing, and I fucking ringed him out as Astaroth with some bullshit. And he just like,
I remember that.
He muted his mic, and then all of a sudden I was getting 3-0, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
What happened? Yeah, you got that cheesy fucking kill, and Matt just like, I was so mad. And then he just like destroyed you.
I would have been pissed.
I would have been too.
We were both laughing at, and it was just like all of a sudden I heard slapping and then nothing, and I was like, oh fuck. Because I kind of see like he was showing me how to play Street Fighter in Japan, but every once in a while he'd be like, okay, now it's time to win, and he'd like crank it up a little bit. But this was like, you just went whoop, turned the dial to 11, and it was oh. So I think with his lab time, minusing the work time, you're gonna be in trouble, man. I can't help you. I'm be like last place, just sitting at the bottom of the fucking lobby, like
still going for that guard or the armored grab.
Absolutely.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
You know what? It's so dumb that every once in a while it just does, and you're like, all right.
I was playing against Pizza Rolls, and he did the armored grab, and there was an input he did that then had him grab at the ground instead.
What the fuck?
So he ran with the armor, and then he went down and he grabbed at the ground. So like, I'm so used to just ducking you when you do that grab. But apparently there's a way you could just grab at the floor so that if we duck you, we just get hit anyway.
What? Well, I'm going to have to call Pizza Rolls up and find out what that is, because that would make...
I don't know. That might have also just been
lag.
lag. He might have just lagged over, grabbed at my head, then grabbed at my feet. I don't really know. His internet is like... I mean, it's not as bad as yours, but it's not so great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'll ask him. I'm going to ask him, because I'm like...
He doesn't know what the fuck he did. He's like, what the hell just happened?
God, I'm gonna have to watch I'm gonna have to go down the Astaroth hole in YouTube and figure this shit out.
Go hit the lab.
I've been trying to hit the lab. My week's not. I got sucked into a fucking Total War vortex. I can't get out, man.
All right, talk to me about this. Talk to me about this. What is Total War? What is this vortex you're in?
All right.
Why are you not in the lab?
Listen. It's Total War. If you haven't played it, it's kind of like grown-ups version of Risk, where you get an army and you're trying to take over either the whole map or a section of the map. But there's two parts of it. There's the fighting, which is like real simulated medieval battles, and it's like an art strategy, and you control your troops from like way up high. But there's also like a diplomacy section and building management. So it's like a mobile game before mobile games were a thing, but with way better graphics and like way more immersive. And I've played them on and off since I was about 10. And the newest one is Total War Warhammer. So instead of just like, usually it's historical, they have like Napoleon or Shogun, you could be like Romans or whatever. They're like, no. This time it's some D&D shit, some Warhammer shit. You got goblins, got high elves, got fucking like vampires, beastmen. Everyone's just on this massive map, and you're all just going, and you're all trying to do your conquering thing, and eventually you can all meet in the middle with like huge armies, and it's like this huge scale. You can have like it's like 5 to 10,000 men on the field on your side going against another 10 or 20,000. You're just like fucking around. It's so much fun. But the problem is when you start playing, you don't want to stop. Because it's like Civilization that way too, where you're just like, just one more turn. Oh, I just gotta move this guy here, just one more turn. Oh, I gotta do a battle, one more turn. And then suddenly 8 hours have passed. You're like, where did my day go? I got like 6 beers next to me. I'm still in my pajamas. None of my, like, the shit I gotta do, none of that got done. Like, what? Where did it all go? And it's the weirdest thing, because you'll play it for like 3 weeks straight, and then you w't touch it for a year. And it's just like, leave it alone.
One of those games.
It's one of those ones where it sucks you in deep, and that's all you do, and then you come out of like in like a fugue state. You're like, where the fuck did I go? All I know about, I'm rattling off like troop tactics and shit, and no one else gives a fuck when you're playing that game. Like, I could tell you like the stuff I'm doing, but it's one of those things where it's like, unless you're playing it, you don't care. Like, I'll tell my family about it, and they're like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, we don't no interest in what you did to the dwarves because they trespassed in your territory. You started a 45-turn war. They're like, I don't care. I've been doing that. I've been playing Mario Kart when I can get my fingers off the keyboard away from Total War, but it's mostly just been that, man. Just been fucking trying out different races. It's Total War 2 is the one I'm playing. It lets you port all your DLC over from the first one, and it takes the map from the first one and a brand new map from the second one and like merges them together So you have like 50 different playable races. And they're all on the map, and you just pick one and go. So I've just been fucking around. It's like, oh, I'll try this one out. Oh, this one looks cool. And then I play like 40 turns, and I get my shit pushed in by something way better than me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just try a different race. I don't fucking try and salvage it or whatever. It's like,
Just leave the race in ruins. I am sorry, Drow, but your once great civilization elected a poor leader.
Well, it's just like I invest too much. I'm like this person like commits a very slight offense against me. I'm like, my entire army is at your doorstep right now, and then eventually it just like you just crash and burn. You don't have the resources to keep it up. I was playing.
So no matter what race you're playing goblins by the sounds of it. Just
yeah, but I can't play the goblins are hard, man, because they got like the goblins are difficult because they have loyalty. So if you're not constantly like fight, like I like to build my army and then push in and then build it and then push in. It's like kind of smart but dumb at the same time. Goblins like, no, if you're not in there 150% of the time, we're fucking off. And then like half your army is now an enemy army, and you're like, fucking, now it takes 4 times as long to do anything, and the dwarves are sitting there like, we're gonna fucking kill you. I can see the army flags like popping up on the map, like, we're gonna fucking kill you. I'm like, I just like delete the goblin save and fucking play pirates. Fuck this. It's way easier.
I didn't know the can of worms I opened with goblins.
Oh, dude, because I wanted to play them because they sound funny and look cool, but like fuck, they're hard to play. And you're against dwarves, and dwarves are just way better. They're just better goblins. It's bullshit. They're goblins with guns. Like I start the game, I'm like, all right. I got four troops of spearmen. I got some goblins driving wolves, and I got a couple big orcs. Perfect. I'll fight those dwarves. They got 6 units of guys with rifles. And a fucking helicopter. I'm like, where did you get that? You're fucking making a helicopter. What? It's turn 2. They're just flying around bombing me. I'm like, what? Fuck you guys. And they're all NPCs, so I can't actually, it's not online. I can't yell at anyone. I'm just like, fuck you, dude, I'm gonna play the dwarves. This is way easier. Yeah, this is shit I've been dealing with, and it's one of those ones you just can't stop thinking about. I go to bed, I'm like going to sleep. I'm like, oh, I should move my army over there, but I have to restart my computer to do that. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Think about it. It's fun.
You know it's bad when you start dreaming about it. Like when I've played a lot of a game, like when the day before I flew out to camp, me, you, Matt, and Ed were playing Soul Calibur. I'm really tired. Soul Calibur. Ed is really good. Yeah, Street Calibur. And I was dreaming about Soul Calibur. Like, because after we finished playing, like the 4 of us, I still had time to play, so I just sat there and played ranked. And I was dreaming about Soul Calibur the next day. I played like 8 hours straight. I had to at one point push my chair out of the way and stand because my ass was getting sore from sitting in the same chair for so long. And I'm like, this game is so good. It's everything I wanted. But man, there was some fun moments in it so far, though. Like when I first got into ranked and you're at that like brand new ranking, and there's that sweet special moment where you're, the lowest elo, and they're the lowest elo, and it's a total fucking crapshoot if you have like Wood 5 or Diamond 1 that that's playing on a fresh character. And I'm like, okay, out of all the characters I'm playing, Siegfried's been clicking the most for me. And Siegfried has a couple of cheesy moves that you guys just do not fall for, like whatsoever. So he's got his one move where he just stabs his sword into the chest of the opponent, then lifts them over his head and throws them over his head.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fantastic ring out move because you can just pick them up and dunk them on the other side. He's also got the grab where he just grabs them by the ankles and then flips them over his head and they go off the edge. And I think I've only done the flip grab on Matt once, and maybe that like stab in the chest, throw you behind me twice against like you and Matt. Like you guys just know that Siegfried has that bullshit. And when you push me to the edge, you're like, no, I'm backing up because you do not want Siegfried's back to the ledge. He's got too many options for just insta-giving you. But people online apparently don't respect that, like, at all.
Absolutely
so-
not. I wouldn't.
And so my first match that I play against is against a Mitsurugi. And I'm on the stage with absolutely no walls. The small stage with the river with no walls.
Oh yeah.
And the guy is just like holding W. And he's slicing and he's slashing and he's pushing. And he pushes me right to the wall. And this was his strategy. It must have worked in previous games, but the way he just like kept doing this. He would pressure. Then he would hit this unblockable move. You know, the fiery with the long animations.
Yeah.
Like, and it was very clearly deliberate the way he pushed, and even though I'm guarding, it pushed and pushed and pushed. And then he hits this move, and I'm like, that's a slow as fuck move. Stab in the chest, in the water you go. All right, round 2. He's fighting, he's avoiding that, he's fighting, he's avoiding that. He then pushes me right to the ledge, and he goes for the pressure. He's trying to kick me off. And he hits me to a squat, so since I'm already in crouch, flip over my head. Round 3, he does the same thing as round 1, pushes me right to the side of the map. And I stab him in the chest, and I throw him off the edge. That's my first round of all of ranked. Like, that's my first match. The guy just pressured and then got himself killed. And I'm like, look, I don't feel bad. If you're stupid enough to do that to Siegfried, you're stupid enough to die.
I can understand not knowing the character's moveset, and you do it for round 1 and 2. But by round 3, you gotta know. Like, all right, that's 2 times I've been ringed out by some bullshit. Maybe I should not go near. Like, you can just fight him center stage. It's fine. Oh,
he queued up for a round 2.
Oh,
you could tell the way he was playing. He was mad. He was so mad. And he goes in and he pressures. And I think that one, he played smart, right? He was mad. He was pissed. He fought. We both got pretty low. I took the killing blow and I didn't ring him out. Round 5, he completely forgot the lesson. Went to do the same thing he did the first time. Stabbed him in the chest. Threw him off the edge when he hit the unblockable. He then is clearly extra pissed. And he just starts pressuring 10 times harder. Flip him over my head again. And 5 out of 6 rounds, I ringed him out with Siegfried's cheesy ass moves. I then tweeted about it. It's not my fault if you pressure Siegfried. And I was like bracing because I always see the tweets and I always see, I don't know, memes, but like the witch hunts, I guess, about when people then just hit you with the toxicity, right? They start flaming you, calling you a cheap asshole. And I was ready. I never got it, but I was like, that is the person right there that's going to message you and call you an asshole.
Yeah, that's the guy that's going to get on and start PMing you like, you suck, I hate you. You just dumb characters.
I could learn to play. Just did stupid cheap shit.
Like, it's not cheap if you don't do the thing that makes it cheap. Oh, come on, man. I feel you.
Round 2 or second match, I didn't get the stab one, but I got the flip over the head 4 times in a round of 6 on a guy. He actually ended up winning the whole series, but he just kept pushing and it just kept being like flip, like, and then by the last round you could tell that, like, as soon as I was close to the wall, he's like, no, I'm not taking the chance.
There you go. He's learning.
This motherfucker.
That's good. Look at that guy.
Welcome to
Go
fighting
you.
games.
Go you. Hey. It's weird learning a fighting game because you do have those moments where your brain just kind of like the gears finally connect. Like, oh, if I go near the ledge, I'm gonna die. Oh, if I do this, he's gonna hit me.
This guy is not scared to cheese me off the map. I better just learn not to do that.
Well, yeah, it's a free kill. Like, it happens with Astroth too. Like, I get near the edge and they don't stop a grab, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna throw you off. Because
if you do your
the forward throw is just spin and he gets thrown off, or your fucking super move, or the joust, or rock paper scissors, whatever the fuck it's called. Like,
yeah. Have you ever done the grab with Astaroth, the fireball forward grab?
No, I haven't yet.
So if you do the fireball forward grab with Astaroth, he grabs them, then he throws them up in the air. Then if you hit down A or up A, he home run bats them. So if you're near a ledge and they're kind of like, you could hit them off with an up edge, you just do that upward grab, throw them up, and then just smack and like baseball swing them right off the map. Or again, you could do it either way. Like you could do it up or down. So if you're ever like parallel to the ledge, it's an amazing grab. That's just like
The
if you land it, they're dead.
BM. I love it. Yes. Oh, I love when characters can do shit like that. Even when it gets done to me, I get mad a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? If I was in your shoes, I'd be doing it too. I'd be doing it with you. So I can't get too upset.
That's the thing. That's what I like about fighting games. It's like, yeah, some people complain about Nightmare, some people complain about Siegfried. But then apparently once you get past G rank and you get into F rank, it's all Ivy and Nightmare just disappears. Which is exactly what I figured, is that Nightmare was just a noob stomper.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Ivy's
I'm
disgusting.
clearly-
But I mean, there's gonna be
I
one in
haven't
every game,
faced
so
a
I'm
good
not
Ivy
sure.
yet. I haven't faced a good Ivy, so
I don't know if I've played a good Ivy. I probably just not playing correctly against an Ivy because they have like weird range where I'm like, I'm trying to, and I'm playing Astaroth too, so I want to get grabs, but they're just like, no, you don't get to come in today. No, sir.
you're not getting that close.
Let me in. Let me in. Just
Yeah.
running at them. Oh, well.
I am so hooked on this game. I mean, I'll be honest, I was a little bit worried that like I was doing all this hype and all this talking about Soul
bad.
Calibur, and it was going to come out, and I was going to have bought 2 copies, and it was going to suck, and then I was going to play it for like 3 hours on one of the consoles, and then just eat the money and be like, yeah, it sucked, and then just like, never talk about it, just move on with my life. But it didn't suck. That it met the hype for me. Like,
Thank
there was
God.
no surprises. It was exactly what I expected.
It's
So
nice
happy
when a
with
game
it.
does that, man. You don't have to fucking buy something you gotta pretend. Because you have that moment where you pretend to like it. You're like, no, it's not that bad. And then you're like, fuck it. It does kind of.
You
This
know
game's
it's
been
actually good when I could spend 10 days away from it in camp, and it's the first thing I want to do when I get home. Like if there's that, like,
Yeah.
I'm pretending I like it. Like, if you spend 10 days away from it after pretending to like it, smite,
You're-
when you
You're not
come
gonna play it.
back, you're like, you don't want to play, right? Like, after spending that much time away. But it's actually really good if you spend 10 days away and you're just like, I can't wait to go play it again. I need this in my life.
Yeah. Or you're at work and you're like, you have like a YouTube tab open and you're like searching, like, ooh, Soul Calibur tournament match. Click in, you got it in the background, and you're like, man, I wish I was home playing it right now. I was out
Yep.
there grinding away.
I love that every time I check out a tournament, I like a different characters winning the tournament and just bodying the tournament. And often it's characters that aren't even listed as like high tier. Like, all these people are talking about the tier lists, and then you watch like who's I was watching? I mean, it is Sonic Fox, but Sonic Fox, I watched a tournament that he won with Cervantes. I watched a tournament where somebody won it with Raphael, like handily won it with Raphael. I watched another tournament won by Geralt. I watched another tournament won by Jean-Croix. Watched one by Keelik. Like, and everybody's ranting about Ivy and Nightmare, and I've only seen one tournament won by Ivy and one tournament won by Nightmare.
I've seen a lot of Nightmares and Ivies in top 8, but I haven't seen many take it. Which is like, it
Yeah.
seems like those characters are annoying. Once you figure them out, you're like, oh, this is how you deal with this. And then it's not like you can still lose games, but it's not as bad as. And then the onus is on them because everyone knows the Ivy matchup at a high level, and everyone knows the Nightmare matchup at a high level. But I bet you not a lot of people know the Geralt matchup or the Jean-Croix matchup, or like the Talon matchup or something like that, because they're not practicing against it as much. Whereas everyone, when they play ranked, who do they play against? They play against fucking Nightmare, play against Ivy. I see a lot of Keelik, which is surprising, right? But they're, when you play a perceived top tier, it's actually a lot harder than I think people think, because people are practicing against your matchup more than you'd be practicing against theirs. So I see it a lot in Smash, so I'm just kind of like translating it over to what I would assume.
People talk about that too. Duke Sloth was talking about that on Twitter, where it's like, you've got a good fighting game where like 10 years down the line, the tier lists are like changing without any balance changes to the game. as
Yeah.
people discover more and learn more, and the tier lists adjust, and you're like, this character used to be top tier. Like when Jigglypuff won Smash, like she wasn't considered top tier at the time
No.
that I know of. And then all of a sudden he's taking him to, like, I forget his name, the guy who plays
Hungry
her,
Box.
but yeah, Hungry Box. And then Hungry Box takes Jigglypuff, and then she becomes like top tier. And it's like when you can be that guy that then makes a character top tier and like shows those, that's so cool.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they've always said is like these are the tier lists and these are why characters are objectively worse. But if a player put in the work, you can still throw hands with someone like DK, right? It's going to be harder, but you can do it.
You've got your
And you can change the
challenges.
tier
But
list. Yeah. But as long as you know your character and you understand, okay, this is where I suck and this is where I'm good, and you put yourself in the good spots and you avoid the bad spots as much as you can, then you're not doing too bad. It's like there's a Smash 4 player that exclusively plays Little Mac, and he still does. I think he's just decided to drop him full time and like have like supplement characters, secondaries. But he was playing him when Bayonetta started fucking around on the scene, and like everyone was like, yeah, Little Mac's great when you start, but he can't recover. And this guy was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna play Little Mac. And he'd take him to a tournament and he would place high every time, and everyone was like, what the fuck? How is this guy doing this? Like, you know, you can be a slave to the tier list, or you can try and figure your character out, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, you don't have to.
yeah.
People put a lot of faith in that in the list, and it's like, yeah, there are gonna be, like, for Smash Melee, Fox is always gonna be the best character. That doesn't mean you can't play Jigglypuff if you think Jigglypuff is better, or you think you can do well, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're gonna be Hungry Box, and everyone's gonna fucking hate you if you get to that high level. But
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Anyway, we want to head into our planned segment for today.
Yeah, so we with the two of us, we figured, well, we need to plan something out, and there wasn't anything in the gaming news that was interesting to talk about. Like Diablo is come and gone, Smash is come and gone, so we figured we'll do a bracket. And who better to fill our bracket, Brian, than the people that aren't here with us today recording?
It seems like a perfect opportunity for a dual person episode.
Absolutely. It's a pure, unfiltered way for us to roast our friends and co-hosts without any kind of repercussions whatsoever until it airs. I love it. So bracket itself is we're taking our two co-hosts, Madman Matt and Silent Reveries, Mat and Bryce, and we're gonna run them through a gambit of challenges, first to 5, from various past brackets that we've had. So like E-Honda's Carnival, Brian's. Did you have a name for yours? Or was it just like a fun?
I think it was just change it up.
just Brian's change up bracket and a couple
Wait,
other ones.
Who do we have hosting my change up bracket? We had it Guy Fieri's Challenges of Wonder.
Yeah, it was Guy. Yeah, it was Guy Fieri, wasn't it?
It was Guy Fieri hosting it. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I just
Guy
had a
Fieri.
thought, Flynn.
Okay.
So we talked a lot about like one of us would pick Matt and one of us would pick Bryce. And then I had the thought, what if we just made this like Matt versus Bryce and we see who would win? No, okay, never mind. We'll still pick one. And fight for our co-host. I've changed my mind on everything I was about to say. We'll go with the original plan. We'll go with the original plan.
Okay. So the original the plan is, as Brian says, one of us is going to pick Matt, one of us is going to pick Brian or Bryce. Jesus Christ, I'm messing your names up hard today. Matt and Bryce. One of us is picking, or we're going to flip for it. And we have a list of challenges here, and we're going to argue who would win that challenge. They range. You know what? I'm not going to tell you what they range from. It's going to be a surprise, but they're good. They're good.
We're going to have the challenge chosen randomly too.
Yes, challenges are going to be chosen randomly. If we cannot come to a consensus on who would win, we will flip a coin. Because there's only two of us, and we can't have a tiebreaker. And you can feel free to yell at us in Whammy Chat if we got it wrong. But I think we'll do pretty good. With who will win here.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to flip a coin, see who gets who.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Go into roll 20, since that's what we're using for our dice rolls, and roll a d20. if you get 11 to 20, you take Bryce. If you get 1 to 10, you get Matt.
Okay. I'm rolling right now. Got 5. So I get young Matt. Absolutely. All right.
I mean, Matt talks about, having your back. He's the best wingman. He's whatever. You've got his back today.
That's
and Bryce,
right. It's
he's up there with age with me. Us older guys, we got to stick together. You young guys, you think you're full of shit, but you're really just full of shit,
I actually don't. I don't know. I feel like you gotta break that saying down a little bit more. Because it sounded like the same thing, like it was like two of the same thing that we're both full of. I don't
That's
understand.
the problem. You youngins just can't really understand the detailed metaphors of someone who can't handle his liquor.
Yeah, you gotta walk. What is it? Walk backwards uphill in snow both ways or something to school, and then you gotta then I'll know. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Search for a job in a recession, like every old person will always talk about.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard. We had to skimp on potatoes. Didn't work out so great. Little Billy didn't make it.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so I'm gonna fight for Bryce to win. All right, and you're gonna fight for Matt to win. First to 5?
Or sorry, best of 5.
Keep going.
Best of 5. Best of 5.
I think we're saying best of 5, but I'm also saying let's just make this last an hour.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Roll 1 D11. I rolled a 4. So I'm going to go to my handy dandy list here. The first challenge will start out easy. It's a beanbag toss from E Honda's Carnival, but no one's got time-stopping powers this time. It's just Mat and Bryce throwing beanbags. No alcohol involvement. I'm going to they're just at the carnival. No one's boneless.
You've got Matt and Bryce. How about we add a spice to this? All right. New rule. No,
hold on.
Flavor
if Matt
rule.
and Bryce are at a carnival, they are boneless. Never mind. I take everything back that
I was just gonna say, what if they're drunker every competition than they were before? So this one they're stone cold sober. And by the 5th challenge, they're fucking straight boneless.
Okay, I'm with it.
I think I've just handicapped myself.
I mean, I've seen Bryce play Smite with no items, so this is gonna be.
And they still won.
And they still won. Who Colonel's Fire Giant? Am I right?
Yeah. All right, so we got beanbag toss. All right, Flint, what's your argument for why Matt would win the beanbag toss?
Listen, I'm gonna lay out something basic about Matt that I think everyone knows is that he's a competitive boy. When it's on the line, when it's something as trivial as a beanbag toss, he's ready to throw hands. It doesn't matter. It could be like for $1 million. It could be for bragging rights. In fact, if I think it's for bragging rights, Matt'll perform more. He's gonna go up to those beanbags. He's gonna lick his finger. He's gonna test the wind. He's gonna make sure the lines are all in order, and he is gonna throw. How many beanbags do you throw in a fucking beanbag toss? I can't remember. What, like 5 of them? 6
I have no idea.
All right, let's say 5 beanbags. Whatever. He's gonna throw 5 beautiful, arced with the proper form beanbags into the air, and they're gonna land on target because Matt wants to win. Matt's in it for the points. All right, he's in it for the bragging rights. I know when Bryce is gonna get up there, sober or not, he's gonna be like, "Are we really?" He's gonna go and be like, "Matt, are we really doing this? We're gonna play some fucking beanbags out here. We could be getting boneless back at the fucking beer tent. You really want to throw some beanbags right now?" And Matt's be like, "Yeah, I do, because I want dominance, Bryce. I want dominance." And Bryce gonna half-assed just fucking fling some beanbags out there. He's like, "All right, it's beer o'clock. Let's go." So I'm thinking Bryce maybe like 2, 3 out of 5. Matt's going for like the 4 or 5 out of 5, and he's gonna win this beanbag toss handily.
All right. It's a solid argument. So you're playing into Matt's competitiveness, but Absolutely. What I'm hearing is that Matt wants to win, not necessarily that he has the skill to win. Well, let's talk about our boy Bryce here for a minute. All right, Bryce was in the Army. Bryce already has been trained to aim weapons of destruction and he could turn these beanbags into weapons of destruction. All right. Not only that, he was in the Navy, which, if you might say, well, how does that change his aim? No, what I'm saying is that probably means he drank a fucking lot when he was in the Navy, which probably means that he's also played his fair share of beer pong. He's older than Matt, which means he's played more beer pong than Matt. And you're lobbing beanbags. You don't think he couldn't transfer the skills of, shooting that ping pong and beer pong to skillfully shooting the beanbag? I believe that man can. He could do it with his hair and beard majestically blowing in the wind. Hell, he doesn't need to lick his fingers and throw it up. He just shakes his head a bit and sees how nature handles his hair, and he knows how the wind is going.
Which way the yo travels when he yells out, yo, oh, it's going that way. Okay. Shit. Okay. Fuck. The only argument I have against that is Bryce might have played more beer pong, but there's a critical element to playing beer pong, and that's you never start playing beer pong when you're sober. So I don't think he'll be able to translate that skill over, because he'll have like a hazy muscle memory of it at best. Right? So he's gonna be like, yeah, I kind of remember how to do this, but when you're sober playing beer pong, it's a very different experience than when you're drunk. When you're drunk playing beer pong, you get like that zen going, where you're swaying just enough, but you know where the ball is, and you're like, and it goes in perfectly. Not so when you're sober, you miss way more. So I don't think it's gonna translate. The hair got me. That's pretty fucking hilarious. but I don't think he'll listen. Matt, games of skill. I've seen him on the UFO machines in Japan. I know he's got the technical aptitude to translate quick time reflexes into a beanbag throw. I think he can do it. I think he's got the skill, and I think he's got the will, and he's got the looks to kill. All right? He's ready to go. He's going to win this contest. I needed a word.
See, you think Matt has the looks to kill, but we haven't seen babyface Bryce. He could secretly, it could be Kakashi 2.0. The mask comes off, and they're all stunned.
Hold on, Bryce is not. First of all, Bryce is not shaving his beard before he throws some beanbags. That's not gonna happen. Second of all, Bryce is never gonna shave his beard. Period. That's just not gonna happen. He's not gonna do that. I think you could give him $1,000 and he'd be like, no, we're not doing this.
I don't need this.
Absolutely, he'd be like, I'd rather the beard. I'd rather have the beard. I can't imagine how long it took for him to cultivate that beautiful mane on his face, but I cannot imagine him removing it now that it's there.
To be fair though, too, we are stone cold sober, which means Matt really only has two priorities at this point: winning and Godzilla. And Bryce is sober enough to know this. And Bryce is also, the kind of guy, he's looking to win. I think it's not so much that Bryce is willing to play dirty to win. I think he's just willing to fuck with Matt. And every other shot, Bryce is just going to be like, hey, look, there's Godzilla merch over there. You see this game? We're throwing beanbags, but if you go over to that one, this hammer game or some other game, you could win a Godzilla plushie. And Matt's heads, he's all loopy. He's all, oh, God, why am I wasting my time with this one? And Bryce is deep in his head. Matt can't concentrate. Matt can't aim.
I don't know about all that. Listen. When Matt locks in, I've seen this man play Street Fighter. When he locks in, it's scary. It's a scary thing to watch this man pinpoint an objective. And his objective is beating Bryce at beanbag tossing. But I think both of us here are very entrenched on who would win this extremely trivial challenge. Should flip a coin. I'm not. You're not gonna budge me. Matt would beat Bryce solely because we're sober, and because Matt wants to win. And it's like the will to win will guide those beanbags. I believe it.
Honestly, I'm gonna play fair. I think drunk Bryce would win this challenge, but I think sober Matt wins this challenge.
I would absolutely agree with that.
I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one. Point to Flint.
Okay, we're taking beanbag toss off the roster. There you go.
That's
Matt. Don't say I'm not wingmanning you back. All right, we got Matt 1, Bryce 0. Absolutely going into round 2. Rolling 1d10. Roll 1. B10. All right. 2. Wow, we're rolling. I'm rolling. I'm getting my low rolls out of the way before we play our next set.
Because we're on roll 20, and Bjorkus thinks you're calling to him.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, you want to hit this attack?" No, you ain't doing it. So
this isn't happening.
After a couple beers, maybe a slight buzz, the boys
They're
head over.
Buzz at this point.
Buzz at this point for a hot dog eating contest.
Ooh.
Fuck. Listen, when we were in Japan, I didn't eat a whole lot. Like, I experienced the culture and the food, but since Matt was with me, I didn't really get to see his eating prowess. I feel like Bryce gets like a racial passive as an American for eating hot dogs.
He does.
He just like I would assume he could just do it better. I've never seen Matt pack away a bag of wieners before. I'm trying to think of a
Matt. So you spent 2 weeks with him, and you weren't paying attention to how much he ate. I spent 3 days with him in Calgary. We first got here, and we went out to Canadian Brew House. Fantastic place to eat. Do you have Canadian Brew House out there, Flint?
No,
you have to go to Canadian Brew House if you ever come to Calgary, and you should come to
Absolutely.
Calgary. And Canadian Brew House has fantastic poutine, and they have big fucking orders of food. We went. I ordered a full-size fucking burger and a poutine, and I ate the whole goddamn thing like a fat ass. Matt ordered a salad and ate half of it.
Oof. Listen, man,
Bryce is also the master of holding down carbs at this point. We've seen how much beer he can drink. You don't think he can't handle the hot dogs and hot dog buns? We both know Bryce could eat 4 or 5 times as many hot dogs as Matt.
I'd love to argue for Matt. I really would. But Bryce has gone through the keto diet. I've seen him pound beers for like a scary amount of hours straight. Like almost 2 days straight, which is just terrifying. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? Like I feel like he has the dietary discipline. And I know I'm arguing for Bryce, but I'm looking at Matt's situation and like he's taller than me and about my weight. I don't think he can put away nearly as many wieners. So I'm going to have to give fastest hot dog shooter in the Midwest to Bryce. I have to concede this one. I have to concede it. It's not even an argument. This is Bryce's W.
Bryce does keto, but he also does cheat day. And when he does cheat day, you know he downs a whole large pizza. He talks about it, or at least a full Delizio.
Yeah, if it ain't delivery.
It ain't delivery. Like
it ain't delivery.
I
can't argue it. There are a couple in here that I look at the list. I'm like, Matt will win this one. Bryce will win this one. The dice were on Bryce's side today because hot dog eating. I'm sorry, Matt. I don't think I think Bryce has got you on that one. Maybe next time we're all together, we'll fucking sit down, get a pack of fucking Schneiders, and we'll see who the winner is.
We'll see who actually takes it.
We'll see who does it. But I have a feeling it's gonna be Mr. Bryce. I could
Probably.
be wrong. Could be wrong, but I'm probably not surprised. All right.
That was quick.
That was a quick one. That was
a quick one.
There are some on here that are going to be heated debate back and forth, but that was a quick one. All right. I rolled a 1. Oh my God. Good Lord. Okay.
Terrible.
This one, we're talking about easy W's. After a couple more drinks, I would say decently, they're feeling it. They're not buzzed. They're more than buzzed, but they're feeling it. They're like, okay, you're getting into the drinks.
Starting to lower, but they're definitely not drunk. They're not staggering.
So, which is good, because they probably still have some cardio strength. They're gonna need it for this 1v1 basketball game we're about to play.
Oh. Oh. Rodney for 3.
Oh, yeah. You can try. Go for it, buddy. I'll let you argue for Bryce first before I destroy him.
All right. Look, first I'm gonna tear down Matt. Matt's not a basketball player. I mean, like, he grew up on Victoria Island. right? Like at the best, he maybe did some surfing, but he also, by the sounds of it, grew up in like the redneckest part of Victoria Island, which isn't really that redneck by the rest of Canada, but still. And he's not, when he says he grew up on the streets, it's not like the streets of people that play, basketball. Also, in Canada, basketball's not that popular. All right, really. I mean, it's people play it in high school and then they kind of forget it exists. But Bryce is American, and Americans, they have all those other sports. I mean, there's like football and basketball and baseball, and they're way bigger. In Canada, that we really just got hockey, and that's the only thing we fucking care about. Plus, Rodney for three. Rodney's got the three because Bryce is on the court with him. He's the lucky star. He is why they are winning. Sure, you might argue that Mat has the reach, but I bet you the first time they kind of bump shoulders, Mat's on the floor. Mat may have won kickboxing, but he's not throwing hands. He's got to coordinate it with a ball that's bigger than his grip can hold. Nah. Bryce, for sure. You know what? Bryce will be like Teen Wolf on the court, full mane of hair and beard flowing as he's jumping and dunking. I actually can't get that visual now out of my head about how much Bryce kind of looks like Teen Wolf.
Well, that's the title for the episode this week. Excellent. Thank you very much, Brian.
You've seen that movie, right, Flint?
Teen Wolf? Absolutely. Yeah.
You can see it.
I can see it.
Michael J. Fox was short.
Yeah. Speaking of short, first of all, I'm backing up because you said, Mat from British Columbia probably wouldn't understand basketball. And I would agree with you. However, the greatest Canadian basketball player to ever live, Steve Nash, is from Victoria, British Columbia. So,
1 in a million.
Clearly, 1 in a million means they have to have some kind of gyms there, a little bit of basketball playing. Man's 6'3", 180 pounds. He's not exactly LeBron James. Still MVP, still a Hall of Famer. I'd say there's an argument to be made for the possibility of Madman Mat throwing hoops back in his day. Plus, regardless if you live on the basketball streets or like the redneck streets, everyone has a basketball hoop. You just sit around and fucking chuck it around. I had a basketball hoop. I played hockey all the time. Every once in a while, I just go out there and suck a basketball for about 3-4 hours. This man probably throwing some hoops in his day. Secondly, he's got about 6 inches on Bryce? More? Right? Yeah, I'm just going to hit the elephant in the room. Bryce is the shortest member of SQA. Free. Okay? We're all tall Canadians. Mat, well, you might be taller than Mat. I don't know. It's close.
We're pretty similar in height, but I'm significantly bigger otherwise.
Yeah. But I'm just going off verticality. You know what I mean? Like
similar.
Mat, you and Mat are taller than me, but I've still got quite a bit of height on Bryce. So
fair. Bryce is all right. We call him short, but Bryce is 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah. He's not like Keemstar. He's not like a fucking gnome or anything.
Wait,
but the height. Yeah.
I have no idea.
That's
the full beard totally makes him look taller than he is.
Well, that and all his videos are him sitting down at a desk, right? So you can't really. It's hard to judge unless he was 4'2" or something, and he was cowering behind his desk. But yeah, that's why they call him a gnome because he's got the pointy beard and he's short. So they're like,
I didn't know that.
There you go. Know your meme. Keemstar edition with Brian. There you go. Yeah, but height, any inch. Just like the bedroom, any extra inches matter in basketball, okay? So he's going to be out there fucking slamming, jamming. And I know you say, oh, he's kickboxing. It's not. The reflexes alone are going to help Mat out on defense so much that it's silly. Plus the cardio work, the training. This man was telling me his kickboxing training routine, and he was doing fucking 30K runs in the forest in Thailand or some shit. I was like, all right, Mat. I'm scared of you now. You also kicked me in the stomach once, and it fucking really hurt. We were very drunk in Japan. but I understand the training that this man's went through to hone his body to a fine edge. And I think the height, I think the possible basketball knowledge, the reflexes he has from other sports, combat or otherwise, are going to push Mat over the top free in this basketball thing. Because there's no way Bryce is making any Rodney for threes, all right? He's going to fucking get up to the line, he's going to go, huh, and Matt's going to go, see you later, bitch, and he's going to slap that ball away. And it's easy peasy.
I feel like
Layups?
Matt's gonna run around like real fast. He's gonna be like, oh, I'm so quick, I'm so quick, and I bet you he doesn't have a free throw to save his fucking life. I just can't see Mat with the free throw. I can't see him making the shot. I can see him running around, and I can see him sinking like 1 out of like 40 shots, and I can see Bryce landing like 3 out of 5. The timer's gonna run out. No, I don't see Mat with a free throw.
Mat doesn't need a free throw. He's just got layups. He doesn't need it doesn't matter as long as the ball goes in, and he's got the height on Bryce.
I used to be built like Mat. It didn't mean I could lay up. I found free throwing easier than laying up.
Well, if Mat has got a free throw, he's got a layup. That's basketball 101, Brian. I'm sorry, that's the science, and I can't help you if the science isn't there for you. It's, you know what? If you don't got a free throw, you got a fucking layup. Okay, I couldn't shoot hoops to save my life, but I could get next to the fucking billboard. I can get next to the billboard and just go, up we go. All right.
I always missed my layups, but I had a free throw.
Hey, there you go. As long as you got something.
I didn't play 1-on-1. I just played horse and 21, and that was it because I couldn't.
You just stand at the free throw line. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That was about all I was good at.
Absolutely no. Mat wins this free. Bryce is gonna try and do what's Bryce gonna do? He's gonna do a free throw. Mat's gonna jump up and block him. I don't know what Mat's vertical leap is. I bet you it's at least 3 feet. All right, at least you'd be jumping over Bryce, be like, free. All right, it's easy.
You don't think Bryce didn't play basketball in the Navy? You know they're like off on some fucking ship. They got nothing else except the one person that brought a basketball and hopes it doesn't go over the overboard. You know that he's been playing with giant fucking army men. He knows how to handle it. He's probably going to play a little rough because he played in the army. Mat's, Bryce's boom, shoulder. Mat's down. Look, he can reach, he can hit, he can kick, but I don't see it, man. He's gonna be running around and Bryce is gonna trip him and ball goes in.
This is free to Mat. I don't understand. You think we don't know? I think what happened was Bryce went out partying in the Navy. I don't think he was I think he was too hungover to fucking play basketball. On the free time, he was, hey, we're gonna play pickup game at 10 a.m. He was like, yeah, that sounds good. And he's up by 1:30. He was like, fuck that. Anyways, I'm not playing no fucking basketball. This is like the beanbag toss. This is like he doesn't have enough beer in him to have the finesse. He's got a little more beer, but Mat's also got a little more beer, which means Mat gets a little rowdy, and he's got the height, and he's got, I would assume, the layup.
Okay, but
I think we've just
one thing we're not really talking about here. All right, okay. We're at stage 3 of 5, which means we're at drunk, right? Because stage 5 is fucking wasted. And if anything, when you're drinking, this is the stage where you're in that premium state where your words are still coming out eligible or audible, and this is where Bryce is going to take that, because Bryce is going to be that level of inebriated where suddenly he's secretly Michael Jordan at this stage of drunk. But Mat, no, how was Mat after a couple of drinks in Japan? Was he the most or is he like, Flint, let me kick you in the chest, red card or whatever, fucking foul?
That was post sprinting out into the typhoon because we were so fucking blasted drunk. That's like stage 14. Okay, that's when I was getting kicked in the stomach. At this stage, Mat is
no. That's stage 5. That's stage 5. This is no. We're at that magical state of drunk right now. All right, that's where stage 3 is.
Mat's at it too, that baby.
That Bryce would have easily won the first championship, the first competition.
Beanbag
Bryce
toss,
has got
different game. It's a different game.
Bryce has got drunk powers in this game.
Listen,
and Mat has drunk
Bryce do his
decrease in skill.
I've seen Mat sprint down a street in Japan. The man was moving. He was like a gazelle. He was like a gazelle and a cheetah had a baby, and that baby was fucking moving quick. Okay, that was what was happening. He was dodging raindrops. I swear to God, he was like, whoop, and it was. hitting the ground. How'd you do that? He's like, I'm just that good, Flint. Domo arigato. And he just fucking sprint down the
He
street.
gets to the bar totally dry.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, come in like fucking dripping. And they're like, we can't let you in here, sir. You're too wet. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. This man's dry. Listen, Matt's winning this. He's got the height. He's got the magic drunk, just like Bryce. All things being equal. In terms of drunkenness, in terms of supposed basketball skill, because let's be real, we haven't seen either one of them
Yes,
fucking
dude.
touch a basketball, let alone throw one, okay? All things being equal, Matt has the natural advantages to make himself a stone-cold killer on the court. All things being.
All right. I'm going to concede it, and mostly just to end with a short joke at Bryce and concede loss.
Get shit on Noob Idiot. He did say, by the way, that he was good to record. He got his mic fixed at about 10:30. So we could have had him on, but it's too late now. It's
Too late now.
Been an hour. So how about that? All right. So 1v1 basketball is out of the equation. I'm going to roll again. Was it D9 now? Okay.
D8.
No, D8. Hell yeah. I rolled 3.
Oh, I'm that magical
All right.
level of joy right now.
Oh, God. All right. So they're getting pretty fucking blasted at this point. You know, maybe a couple salty run back drinks because Matt's dunking on Bryce.
Bryce is still buying items, though.
Bryce is still buying items. Matt's not kicking anyone in the stomach just yet, so we're okay that way. And they get ready for some real life Mario Kart.
Oh, God.
Don't drink and drive. Don't drink
Don't
and drive.
drink and
It's the
drive.
first thing I'm going to say. Okay? Be a responsible whammy. Don't do it. It's
We
dumb.
need to argue who's a better drunk driver. I vote we just re-roll. Like, we added those
Listen, Brian,
challenges
you hit that zen state
before
of drinking. Just
before drinking came part of this
All right.
challenge.
okay.
Let's not
fine.
promote drinking and driving. They both show up to the challenge, and
they're
the
both smart
go-kart
enough to not
operators
drink and drive.
just hands them a
Wholesome.
couple of L's, and then kicks them the fuck out. And they go, "Okay, right,
Try
right,
again,
bad call,
idiot.
bad
All
call."
right. Okay, I rolled
2
a
L's
2.
for both of them.
I rolled a 2. I'm dead ass. All right. All right. So after not drinking and driving, we're gonna go to Iron Chef for a beer-themed dish.
Ooh,
That's tough. That's a tough one.
I don't know anything about Matt's cooking skills, but I know Bryce can wickedly cook a fucking frozen pizza.
That's a skill. Sometimes you burn that shit in the oven if you're not careful.
All right,
I don't
look.
know. Listen, Matt and I have been eating. We ate out in Japan. We didn't buy our own ingredients. We didn't go to the grocery store, so I don't know. However, I would say that I can confidently ascertain that Matt knows his beer. And he knows his IPAs, he knows his craft breweries, he knows his lagers, he knows his ales. I never saw him drink anything dark, so I'm not going to go there. I think that was one of the things he had to avoid. But I'm betting that he can whip something up basic, throw some beer on it, it'll taste amazing. I'm betting. Bet.
See, you make the argument that Matt knows his beers, but we know that his competitor is Bryce. Are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna really sit there and try to tell me that Matt knows his beers better than Bryce? Have you not seen the whammy chat screenshots of Bryce's like beer apps where he tracks the like 100 some odd different beers he's tasted and tried? Matt knows his beer. Bryce is a connoisseur of beer. Bryce knows all of the different flavors. Matt's like, look, I cooked up this sweet dish. I threw on this fancy IPA. Bryce is like, I cooked up this dish and threw this complimentary beer. Bryce is a full-on connoisseur. You can't argue to me. Don't even try that Matt knows his beer better than Bryce.
I was hoping he posted that while you were on site and didn't see it. It's gonna be like,
Dude, when I'm on
slide that
site
shit.
and I'm in camp and I forgot my fucking video games.
Oh no, you didn't forget it. You didn't bring it consciously. Don't fucking put that evil on me.
Right. My bad. But Bryce is still like, I'm checking the Discord like heavily while I'm out there. I got nothing better to do after the night stuff.
Fuck.
You can't. I mean, that's like
That's
trying to compete like any of you versus me in math or dirt. Like you're not competing with Bryce in beer knowledge. Easy W.
I have to agree. I can't. Matt, I'm sorry I didn't see you cook. I don't know. You have to fucking be like my sister and post some shit in Whammy's IRL, you cooking dishes. Because this could have been a W for you, but unfortunately, it is an L. It's an L, good sir. We are 2-2 going into the final round of this pseudo bracket. The boys are
roll high. We got a whole bunch of really cool.
I gotta roll. I gotta
end.
I gotta roll a D6 because I took out Mario Kart just for.
At this point,
safety.
too, they're fucking plastered. Like
They're
both
plastered,
no
so
items Thanatos. They're like sprinting in the rain, kicking Flint in the chest, and no items Thanatos at this point.
Excellent. I rolled a 6.
Ooh, finally something high.
Oh God. All right, so totally plastered. Don't know what year it is. These boys somehow have found themselves on Final Destination with no items, and they're fighting to the death. Could not have scripted a better ending for this segment than what has appeared in this random generator. I love it.
At this point, the tension between the two, Matt's competitiveness and Bryce's, I don't know, fucking
wanting
with
to
Matt,
fuck with Matt with this
has led them to a brawl to the death. And somehow this brawl has taken them to holy fuck. I am a cheap drunk.
Hey, I remember my 4th mic's hard.
Third.
Oh, dude, you have to roast yourself. I was gonna let you have 4.
I'm also been up for like 18 hours and tired
You
and
get a little loopy
work
there.
what is they stay up a certain amount of time and it's like being drunk. Something.
Listen,
Excuses.
We gotta throw one more set of hands. We gotta do a community challenge, and then you fucking chew on your pillow all you want, buddy. We're almost there.
You'd think
All
a
right.
man my size would have some kind of just natural built-in, like, racial bonus to being able to handle liquor.
I hope. Listen, man, like anything, practice makes perfect. You're just gonna have to just start. Maybe not Mike's hard. Maybe find something a little less sugary. I feel like that would be better for you hangover-wise, but.
Or I could
build it
just
up.
do it periodically and keep that cheap drunkenness and have a good
Hey, if you-
recording.
Absolutely. Could do it. Okay. FD no items. Bearing in mind, they are both fucking plastered, okay? No items actually works to the benefit of Bryce because he would be buying items anyway.
No items anyway.
It doesn't matter. He was already planning on no items. However, Matt is 10-0 in the ring. In the throwing hands, Thai kickboxing ring, or it's Muay Thai, I guess. This man is a champion, and I have felt an accurate drunken kick from Matt, and he says he wasn't even trying. I believe him, but my stomach begs to differ because, like, that damn near fucking knocked me over. I was also very drunk, but it hurt like a motherfucker. I know this man can throw hands. I know this man can do it drunk. And I know this man has played more Smash than Bryce. So he's going to get on FD and be like, I've been here before. I know exactly what we're doing. You know there's going to be that moment where Bryce is like, fucking year is it? Why are we here? What does this platform mean? I've never played Smash. I don't know what the fuck this is. He's be yelling yo off the side to see how much it fucking echoes because he's so drunk. And Matt's just going to run up, fucking kick him in the head off the side. That's a stock right there. I'm assuming we're doing 3 stocks because it's a melee
Apparently.
stage. Sure, why not? All right. Bryce gets his fucking head about him. He's like, oh. FD comes in with the flashing light. He's blinded again. Matt's ready for it. Matt knows Final Destination. He's going to line him up with the perfect fucking elbow kick combination. He's going off the side again. It's free. It's free. Matt's got the fighting experience. Matt's got the smash
Matt's
experience.
got the fighting experience sober. All right.
No.
But I feel like Bryce.
He's kicked me drunk. He's kicked me drunk,
but
Brian. I
he
know.
He still fights like a sober person. Straight kicks. I feel like Bryce is secretly like drunken master, like Jackie Chan, like whoa, dodging around. I mean, I've watched him stream drunk. I've seen his son Wukong where he's just like doesn't even know what he's doing, doesn't even know which way is up, and bodying somebody in lane. And part of it was because his movements were so unpredictable. He's shaking his head. His beard and hair are flying everywhere. It's creating an optical illusion. It's confusing Matt. He doesn't know where to aim. And Bryce, he's been studying Rock Lee. He's down, he's over, he's twisting. Matt's shooting all these super straight kicks and punches. He knows all this. He's kind of drunk. He's going off of instinct. But he's not sober enough to recognize these weird, crazy, unpredictable movements of Bryce. And it's going to throw Matt's game off. It's going to throw all of his experience off. He's going to get overconfident because he knows he's been training. But Bryce, my friend, you don't think in his Navy tours he hasn't had his fair share of drunken brawls? This is not his first round to go. And this will not be his last.
I respectfully disagree. I have felt Matt's drunken striking power. It's far greater than Bryce's. Okay,
I didn't say Matt didn't kick hard. I just said that Bryce is unpredictable and Matt's not going to land that hit. You were standing Bryce and ready.
I played Street Fighter with Matt drunk, and you know what, Matt? Like, I do some dumb shit. You played Soul Calibur with me. You know, I'll grab 4 times in a row. If it doesn't work 3 times, it'll work the 4th time. Okay, Matt understands this, and I've seen him react to it in the fighting arena, the virtual one, and I know that translates over to the physical one. And when Matt gets in that final destination stage, which I think you are vastly overestimating the importance of the stage select here, because Bryce doesn't play Smash, right?
No, he just plays Smashed.
He plays Smash, but he does not play Smash. Matt does both. That's a point to Matt. Fucking talk about Rodney for 3. That's a 3-pointer right there. All right, Matt's got the stage knowledge. He's got the fighting knowledge.
What
He's got the
stage knowledge is there to have with Final Destination? It's fucking flat.
So what? It's still flying through space at 60 million miles an hour.
Nothing special about it.
Bright ass light coming off. It blinds you. You ever played Final Destination on Smash 4? Melee's not the same way, but it's still fucking disorienting. You don't know where you are. Matt's gonna land and go, "Oh, I'm on Final Destination."
They're so drunk, they don't know where they are to begin with.
You don't think? Listen, you know what? At Worlds, I'm gonna get Matt blasted and show him a picture of Final Destination.
Smash is a party game. Matt's gonna be like, "We're here to party. I'm not here to throw hands." He's gonna be having so many drinks. He's looking for the fucking streamers. He's looking for the party gifts, and he's trying to turn on the music while Bryce is kicking his ass. It's not a fighting game. It's a fucking party game.
No. You know what you do at parties? You drink. Matt's already drunk. Step 1 complete. He knows what a party game. You know what, Matt? We had this discussion last week, Brian, and I hate to bring this up, but we've come to the conclusion, or I think I've opened Matt's eyes to the fact that Smash is more FGC than FGC is. Smash is the true fighting game. I've opened his eyes to it. He knows, and you know what?
I wasn't here. These are lies. Matt still thinks it's a party game.
It's the truth. It's
lies.
on recording.
Lies.
It's on recording, Brian.
No, I haven't.
Listen, it's on recording. I hate to bring it up, but it's been recorded.
If you don't pull out the receipts, then
remixed. I've provided you with the proof. You know our SoundCloud, SideQuest Arcade on SoundCloud. If you want to look us up, you can go there, and you can check it out. Okay, but what I'm saying is they're gonna land, they're gonna spawn on FD, and Matt's gonna look down and go, "I know exactly where I am and what I have to do." He's gonna have that momentary advantage.
He's gonna get hit by that light and be like, "The fuck is going on?"
He's gonna look down.
You don't think Bryce
FD
woken up not knowing where he is multiple times in his life. There's been plenty of times where he's drunkenly ended up where he didn't think he'd be. I don't see Matt doing that as often. And he's so drunk, he won't immediately recognize that as Final Destination. Maybe he'll be putting some more effort into Smash in the future, and maybe he's starting to respect it, but he hasn't respected it up to this date. He doesn't know Final Destination the way he does the Street Fighter stages. He thinks it's a party game. He knows it
enough. He knows it more than Bryce. And let me tell you, at that level of drunk, Matt was still up. He was still throwing leg kicks, stomach kicks, rather. Kicks with his legs, but to my stomach. I guess I should clarify. When Bryce gets that drunk, he spills ice cream on himself, okay? I've seen it. You've seen it. He's going to have a fucking tub of Ben & Jerry's. He'd be like, oh, fuck. And he'd just slide off the fucking edge, all right? He's going to slick himself up and get off there, all right? Matt's going to be like, I fucking knew it was going to happen. And you know what? As blasted as he was, he hit that Zen mode, and he was like, whoop! Kick comes out. No problem. Bryce got like the fucking tub. He's like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what we're doing. I just want to fucking sit down, chew on my pillow, have some fucking ice cream, spill it all over myself, spill beer all over my computer desk. Look, we've seen Bryce, no item standing toast drunk, destroy more property and his own clothes than we have another human being. Okay? We've seen it, Brian. This is free. This is free.
I can't.
50% off free.
I can't argue Bryce winning a fight versus Matt. Matt's 11-0. I mean, he's literally a trained kickboxer. Like, how do you compete against that? Maybe you versus Bryce, I'd have a stronger argument, but
oh god, I have to bring.
You
some
worked out to be
syrup
pretty,
to
not to fight. Matt worked out to fight.
Absolutely, Matt worked out to fucking throw hands. I'm just doing it to like stay in shape. It has nothing to do with combat in any sense.
Yeah. All right, Flint. I think Matt takes the reins. He's somehow the champion without being here.
Matt is the reigning SQA roast champ. We're calling it. Set. For now, SQA 1. Or like UFC 1. SQA 1. Matt wins. How about that? All right.
Why don't you hit us with the community challenge? I'm going to go grab my last mics.
Absolutely.
I'll be back.
Downer. Sounds good. All right. So the community challenge was from last week. We gushed about Smash Ultimate for about 45 minutes, and we posed the question to you guys. Hey, there's 5 new DLC fighters coming to Smash Ultimate in the future. We don't know what they are, but we know they're on the way by the end of February 2019. Who would you guys like to see in Smash? Give me a list of 5. I feel like we covered a lot, but I always like to hear the Whammy's opinions on things like these. So, without further ado, we got the One Nation coming in hot. He says he would like to see a Square Enix character like Sora, Geno, or a Dragon Quest rep. 2, Sceptile from the Pokemon series. 3, Tails from the Sonic series. 4, Dixie Kong from the Donkey Kong series. And 5, Captain N, which I think is a Nintendo character, not from a game. I have to look that one up. But Captain N, the Game Master, is the animated television series Captain Nintendo. Okay, I thought that was where that was from, but I wasn't quite 100% sure. I have to say, I'm with you on the Square Enix character. I think that would be cool. I disagree with you on Tails. For me, I'm not a fan of Sonic reps. I feel like Sonic is like enough for the series, and then everyone else can just be an assist trophy. Like, they're not fleshed out enough to be characters. Then again, Piranha Plant is now in the game, so I mean, fucking anything goes, I guess. But
wow, Piranha Plant's also like full out Nintendo owned property.
Yeah, well, it's just like we're going through what 5 characters you want to Smash. He's got One Nation's got a Square Enix character, Sceptile, Tails, Dixie Kong, and Captain N from the animated Nintendo cartoon. So I mean, like, I'm with him on the Square Enix character. I think Sora or a Dragon Quest rep would be sick. Sceptile I could see, but I feel like they have enough Pokemon already. But like, I gotta disagree on Tails, because I don't know, man. I just I'm not a fan of Sonic characters. Everyone's like, "Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog."
I would love to see Tails. Like, I've
think Tails
actually
would be
played a bit of Sonic. I think it'd be kind of cool because, like, you didn't play any Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, did you?
No.
So Tails, it was kind of later added to his lore. Now it's like a permanent part of Tails' character. He's a super genius, and he builds like all kinds of mechas. So when you play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Sonic does the racing, Knuckles does these like hunting missions, and Tails is in a full fucking mech blasting shit with rockets. So
Okay.
Tails could be in there, even if he was not in his mech suit. Like, there's his final smash. You know, he summons the mech suit and just fucking nukes everybody. You know, he's tail spinning, so he'll have some cheap ass fucking like Kirby leap, just like whoop, 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 whoop. Or Meta Knight flapping, where he'll just spin his tail and like fly back. And there's some cool shit they could do with him. A lot of his tools could involve most of his technology. You know, he's kind of known for his plane, even in Sonic 2 for the Sega, I believe. The opening credits show them riding on Tails' plane. Tails is driving the plane, and then it crashes. He is known for his intelligence. So I think there's a lot of potential, even more potential than Sonic has, because he's got all this cool technology, fucking laser guns and rockets, and then he's got his natural flying, and then he summons a mech suit for an ultimate. I'm 100%
I didn't know
down.
about the mech. I didn't know about that stuff. Okay, I can see it. All out. He's got a better, in my opinion, better chance than Shadow the Hedgehog. Because Shadow is just Sonic with a gun, and it's not very exciting. I gotta be real with you guys. Like, I'm not.
Dude, I was young enough that the edginess of Shadow I thought was so cool. When I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, I was like 13, and Shadow was just edgelord enough for 13-year-old Brian.
You look back, you're like, so is it though?
He's still cool as fuck. Fuck off.
Okay, whatever. Fine. Wild Deathstroke comes in and says, Big Boss, 2, Bigger Boss, 3, Even Bigger Boss, 4, Biggest Boss, and 5, Liquid Snake. I at least want Big Boss to be a costume for Snake. Nintendo, please. So I think he wants Big Boss in the game. I don't think he really gives a fuck about anyone else, if I had to make an estimate. I don't know that.
I never played Metal Gear. I don't know who Big Boss is. Isn't Big Boss who he was cloned out of? Or after?
Yeah, so Snake is like a clone of Big Boss. So I think it's like the general in Metal Gear is Big Boss, and Big Boss is like the one that gives Snake missions, but then Snake is also a clone of him. It's a whole thing. Matt will come on and be like, you guys don't understand the lore. He'll fucking straighten us out, but I don't know what his moveset would be. If he's a clone of Snake, I guess it would be the same thing. I'd agree with the costume. Like Snake in like a general's uniform throwing hands. That'd be alright. But I don't think that's because Nintendo hasn't announced that they're doing DLC costumes. Kind of hope they don't.
Have they done them in the past?
No, they have never done them before. It is
just recolors.
Yeah, recolors, and then you buy the game, and then you get what you get. There's like the DLC is fighters. I kind of prefer it that way. I'd like them not to go down the skin route because that is a slippery fucking slope.
Skins is weird, but I do like the Soul Calibur. I'm really looking forward to the character creation packs.
Those are cool because then it's like, okay, you're not buying a skin, you're buying the ability to make way more stuff that you want, which is like, okay, that's fair because you're giving me creativity. But it's like skins, like, I don't know. I kind of got through that whole phase of Smite, so I'm not. I'd like to not see it in a game that I already paid like $80 for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You fella comes and says Bandana D from Kirby. Hell yeah. Wonder Red from the Wonderful 101. Edelgard from the new Fire Emblem game coming 2019. Spyro the Dragon or someone else from Square Enix. A Pokemon from the 8th generation coming 2019. Listen. Said it last week and I'll say it again. I want no more anime sword fighters in my goddamn Smash Brothers game, and they better not be from fucking Fire Emblem. There's 7 of them. It was 7 to choose from, you You have fucking 7 Fire Emblem characters. Is
I
that not
named
enough?
5 Fire Emblem characters. Don't at me.
Oh my God, Brian. But you don't want more, right? Like you're happy with 7? You're a sane man? 7 is enough? Out of an 80 fighter roster, you almost have fucking 1/8 of the characters playable are Fire Emblem characters? Come on,
I
man.
fucking love Fire Emblem.
I do too, but I'm like, you know what? Like, they're all the same. The same shit.
Is Crom in
I'd be
yet?
down. Yes, he's one of the new boys. They put him in.
Okay, I'm
He's the
content.
newest. There you go. Listen,
Crom, my boy.
Crom is the best. I will give you that. But like realistically, no more. Fire Emblem has had it, no more. Unless they're not a sword fighter. Like you put like Hector in, put some of the Axe Boys in, we can talk. No more anime sword fighters. Had enough. I'm 100% with you on Bandana D though, because that'd be fucking sick. Bandana D is awesome.
I'm trying to think which one Bandana D is.
He's just like he's like the generic, like you know, like the little orange guys in Kirby.
Yeah.
You run around. Yeah, he's the one that has the bandana on with a spear. He's just like a generic, bad guy. But
It's been a while
The fact
since I
that
played
Piranha-
Kirby games.
it's been a hot minute. But the fact that Piranha Plant's in the game, giving me new hope for Bandana D. And he's actually in the Smash Flash, which is like the online Flash homebrew of Smash Brothers, and he's really fun to play in that. So it's like the character concept is there, and the ability to put it in the game is there from the developers. So I'd like to see that. I have no idea what the Pokemon from 2019 will be. I'm sure there's something cool in there. Maybe if they're using that as a way to promo their new games, I could see it. Spyro would be pretty hyped too, actually. Kurt Dude, the semi-pro Smash player himself, has put Waluigi 5 times. That's I'm sure. Listen, I love Waluigi. All right, I don't know what moveset he would have, or how you would make him, because he doesn't have. He's not like Wario. He doesn't have his own game. He just shows up for the sporting events and like Mario Kart. He's like, yeah, you guys are playing tennis? Hell yeah, I'm down. You guys playing soccer? Fuck yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, he really does kind of lack an identity that way, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't have like he's just like Wario but skinny, and then like making fun of Luigi. That's it. Memes aside, like I can't see his I can't see his moveset. He wouldn't have a stage, I don't think. And he's already assist trophy, so I mean, like, you know, nice try, Kurt Dude. Nice try. Croshen comes in. Says Travis touchdown from No More Heroes. I never played the game, but I'll look him up.
I eyed that one up back when I was like poor as fuck, and I really wanted to play it, but I could never get No More Heroes.
Oh, he's the red anime sword man with the glasses and jeans and like the red jacket.
Yeah,
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Getting dangerously close to anime sword fighter. My senses are tingling. Squall. Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Okay. Dr. Robotnik.
anime
from
sword
Sonic.
fighter, Flint, but it's sword gunfighter.
Oh no. No. I take that back, Croshen. It's too many. You got Cloud already. Be content.
Squall is sweet. Give me some Lionheart action.
Pulling out characters from games that I've never played, so I'll look this up. Oh, when I search Squall, it's just like pictures of the fucking ocean. I didn't think that went through. I didn't think it through. Okay. Yeah, okay, so he's a Cloud, but he's got a revolver on the end of his sword. Okay, whatever. No. But I respect your decision, but no. 3, Dr. Robotnik from Sonic. I shit on Sonic characters earlier, but like that would be kind of hype. I feel like he'd be like a better Bowser Jr.
He also, so in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, you could play on the bad side and the good side, or the two different sides, right? They both had their own stages and stories. And Dr. Robotnik was the counter to Tails, where he also played with a mech. Basically played very similarly to Tails.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. No, I like again. I like those characters where they have the mech and it's like I played Bowser Jr. in Smash 4, so I'm with it. I understand that you can have some cool Final Smashers. You have some cool moves from that. You could spawn like little like the robots you have to kill in Sonic, like that are actually the animals or whatever. Be all right. Crystal from Star Fox, Star Fox Adventures, I guess, if you played that one on the GameCube. I could see it. She's got the staff. It's pretty cool. She could have like dinosaurs as her final smash, which would be pretty funny. I don't know if you ever played that one, Brian.
Yep. I borrowed it from some
Yep.
friends.
It was like the bad Star Fox. It was a Star Fox game that wasn't supposed to be a Star Fox game. Like Rare was working on it, and Nintendo just kind of bought the rights to it, and they said, "Okay, now put Star Fox in it." Like it was supposed to be totally its own IP. It's like rammed Star Fox into it, or Fox anyway.
Didn't know that.
So a lot of people that are Star Fox fans don't like it because Star Fox to them is like flying spaceship, not third-person action adventure. So.
I thought it was kind of cool. I liked back when I was younger. I
Yeah.
liked the reimagining of a character into a different genre. Plus, those
I
are the
enjoyed
kind
it
of
for
games,
what it
3D
was,
action or 3D adventure games. Like that was all the hype. I mean, it was hard to get good quality 3D games. When some of those PlayStation and Xbox games and GameCube games, some of them age well, some of them don't.
So the gameplay is okay, from what I remember. The dialogue and like the story is not good, but I'm with you, man. When I was a kid, I liked it, and like I remember like watching videos on Star Fox Adventures, and they were like, "It's the worst game ever made in the Star Fox series," and everyone was shitting on it. I was like, I don't remember it being, that bad, honestly. Like I liked it, but I had that and like Phantasy Star Online for my third-person action games to fuck with on GameCube when I was a kid. So it was like, maybe I just didn't know.
Didn't know anymore.
And his what? Yeah, maybe not. And his one is Waluigi. And he says the assist trophy's a ruse. They'll delete it right before his announcing his inclusion as a character. Listen, man, I was on the meme train. I'm with you guys. Soccer Eyes come out. He said, listen, you guys don't actually like Waluigi. You love him insincerely. You just want him because he's a meme character. He's not fucking with that. Like, it's time to let him go. It's November. It's at the time of recording, it's November 11th. It's time to let it go. Game's coming out in less than a month. Oh, it's okay. We don't have to have Waluigi.
It's less than a month.
Less than a month. Time's flying, dude. I don't know. Since I got back from Japan, it's like all of a sudden it's mid-November. We're going to Worlds in a week. Like, where the fuck did the days go, man? I don't know. I'm with it, but like, where?
You're only 22. Just wait.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking wait.
Be like,
and the 40-year-olds listening to me going, just wait. And the 50-year-olds looking at them going, just wait.
yeah, exactly. Goes quick, man. I don't get it, but whatever. Fro Double G comes in and says John Cena, and then he posts a YouTube link to like a best John Cena compilation from Vine. Good meme. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It ain't happening. John Cena made it to Scooby-Doo. He's not making it to Smash.
All right, Flint, what about you? What are your top 5 dream picks?
My top 5. Dude, I don't even know. I'm like, at this point, I'm happy with the roster. Anything I get is gravy. I'd like to see Bandana D. I'd like to see a Dragon Quest rep. I think that would be cool. preferably not a sword fighter. I think maybe like a slime or one of the monsters would be really neat. If we're going Capcom, because we can, because of Street Fighter characters, I'd like to see Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. I think that he would be very fun. He would transition well. It was a Nintendo game. It would transition well into Smash. That's 3. I'd like to see. I don't know anything about Geno. Everyone's gushing about him. I never played Super Mario RPG. I have no fucking idea. I don't know, man. I'm okay with the amount of Pokemon that are in there, so I'm good that way. Maybe like Shy Guy, if we're doing Mario characters still. Shy Guy would be pretty cool. I'm more of like I like to see the obscure like little enemies come in. I think that's hilarious. And I think I find a lot of those characters have way more personality and identity than say like a Mario or like a Donkey Kong. I just like Piranha Plant was the most exciting announcement for me because he was just so goofy and off the wall. You can tell like a lot of love went into him, as well as like fuck yous to the community asking for Shrek and shit. I guess like a Monster Hunter character would be pretty cool. I feel like I feel like I'm gonna call it now. A Monster Hunter character is gonna be in Smash because they've already put Rathalos in the game, so they're gonna be putting fucking Monster Hunter as like a playable character. I guarantee it.
Just probably alternating between all the weapon sets.
Yeah, I could see that. Or they say like, nope, this is the one he has, and that is what it is, and you're stuck. I don't know. We'll see. What about you? What's your 5 if you had to pick 5? You don't have to go all 5 if you can't think of it.
I mean, honestly, I'm drunk trying to think of the ones that'd be cool. I would love to see. Now, I was a little disappointed when they had Zero as a trophy. They've got classic Mega Man, but my heart really, truly resides with the X series. But also, well, basically everything but classic. I think I played every Mega Man series but classic Mega Man because I'm not even old enough to really have played that in its prime. So I would love to see like Mega Man Zero from the GameCube or the Game Boy games, where he's got all the different weapon sets too, right? He's got his shield that he throws like a Captain America boomerang. He's got a spear. He's got his swords. Of course, he's got his buster. So he's got multiple different weapons that he can kind of use that he's used over the course of the games as well. So there's lots, I think, the stuff to choose from. I would love to see. I was thinking about like people are talking about Final Fantasy or Square Enix, and I don't know if there'd be a second Final Fantasy character. There might, if there was Square Enix, they'd probably do something else. But then if we didn't want, another sword fighter, because pretty much every Final Fantasy protagonist is a sword fighter. I'd love to see Waka from FF10, where he's like kicking blitz balls and shit at people.
I was gonna say, is he the fucking volleyball dude?
Yeah, he's the volleyball dude. But I can also see with the way that Square Enix has just been like doling out Noctis everywhere. Like they've got like 3 fucking iPhone games and then he's in Tekken. I could totally see Noctis actually making the roster. Another one that I've been disappointed in every Smash for not having, and then I was disappointed in the release of this character the way he was. I was really pumped, and then I saw the character and I was really upset back in Smash 4. I have always wanted, since years ago, Super Mario Sunshine's Bowser Jr. with the paintbrush and like his mask on, not running around with the the mech thing that has all the gadgetry on it. I'd love to see him just kind of being like a quick character, slapping him around almost like it's a sword or a staff, slapping paint, doing all that different shit. Like, I'd love to see. I don't know. I thought he was really cool when he just threw his little bandana over his face and was wielding that thing. I've always wanted to see the paint wielding. And then I was thinking, maybe his final Smash could have it. But I don't think there's even really any reference to the Super Mario Sunshine Bowser Jr. in Smash, is there?
No, I don't think there's a reference to it or anything.
It's just kind of
Couple
been
s-
ignored. Like we just won't talk about that other than Flood being in Mario's kit. I'd love to see that Bowser Jr. And like when I saw Bowser Jr. was announced, I was like, yes! And then it wasn't wielding the paintbrush, and I was like, no. I think even in like he has some paint-based attacks in like Mario Tennis, and that's like the only other time that paintbrush ever comes back up. And I thought it was pretty cool. I thought there could be a really cool character based on that.
Absolutely.
What was the other one I was thinking? I forget. I'm kind of white girl wasted drunk. So and tired.
Hey,
It's a
man.
crazy combination. I got up at 4 a.m. I don't have anything
Well,
else. Those are the characters that kind of immediately come to mind.
Understandable.
I'd also like to see like something totally off the wall. Like Bayonetta is just like Cloud was a dream come true, but I don't know if anybody was asking for Bayonetta or even expected her ever to show up. And to me, she seems almost like kind of random to show up on there. Because what console was Bayonetta played on?
She was played. I think she was on the Wii U.
Oh, she was a Wii
believe.
console game.
She was a Wii console game, but she was also. Hold on.
No, I think you're right. Never mind. To me, she felt so off the wall, but she was a Wii exclusive. Now that I think about it,
No, Xbox and PlayStation 3.
but I think she was
And then-
originally a Wii exclusive, and then later versions came out on other consoles. There's something
No.
that happened with them.
No, it so it was PlayStation and Xbox, and then it got re-released to Wii U alongside Bayonetta 2. And Bayonetta 2 was Wii U exclusive.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, what exclusives does Nintendo have that are like kind of crazy aside from like all the Marios and Legend of Zeldas?
There's like Zombie U.
You know, we got
Yeah,
Skyrim on there. I would love to see the Dovahkiin. Fushruta! You know what I mean?
That would be hilarious. Yeah. No, absolutely. You could do that pretty well. I think you could have just like the standard. He's got like the spiky Nord helmet, got a great sword or something. But that's, I mean, maybe not a sword. He's getting kind of close to anime sword fighter yet again. I mean, you gotta be careful with that, Brian. I think it would be cool.
I like my anime sword fighters. Fuck off.
What I'm saying is Fire Emblem alone brings 7 to the table, and then you got fucking Cloud in there. You got Shulk in there, who I'm counting. Okay, that's 9 right there. I think there's others, but I'm a little tipsy. I can't really remember.
To be fair, I would
Sword.
drop all of the anime sword fighters to get Bowser Jr. with the paintbrush. That is
That's
actually like that is my number one. Drop the whole other list. Cut the roster down to 40, but give me fucking Bowser Jr. with a paintbrush, you assholes.
Understandable. Well, I think that about wraps us up here.
I think so.
I don't have a community challenge for this coming week.
I
Off the top of the
drunken
You got one?
idea.
Go for it.
We're going to HRX. I'm gonna convince one of these fuckers to bring a laptop. Worst case scenario, we record after, try to talk about what happened, but worst case scenario, I'll take my wife's laptop and try to see if I can make it work. And we're gonna try to do another live episode drunk, probably be with Define Pride because Bryce is unable to make it. Hit us with your meme questions for DreamHack.
Absolutely.
Last DreamHack or HRX, we did just like Q&A where it was like open Q&A, but I feel like we're pretty open with like the whammies and like we chat about them with them so much that like they understand a fair bit about our general lives to then ask like, what do you do for a job? But hit us with your meme questions, your memeiest questions. Preferably roasting the hosts in some way if possible.
Absolutely.
Hit us with those questions. Roast the host questions. That's what we'll call them. Hit us with your roast the host questions for HRX.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that's what we'll say. Not meme, roast the host.
That's it. Roast the host. Let us know. Hit us with it. Don't be gentle. Rip the fucking Band-Aid off. I'll probably, at that point, have been covered in syrup already, so anything you can say will hurt far less than that. So don't be afraid. All right.
2019
With that
calendar. Better bring my camera.
Oh, God. Yeah, get some HD shots of that. Fuck. All right. That all being said, thanks for tuning in this week's episode of SQA. We actually made it to an hour and 45 minutes. You got a full-size episode coming your way, which is me and Brian. If you want to check out other episodes, you can follow us on SoundCloud, TuneIn, PodBean. You can follow us on iTunes if you want to leave a 5-star there. You can catch us on YouTube when I finish updating the catalog. I'm about 6 episodes behind, but I'm looking to
6?
finish it before we leave.
What the fuck?
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, I missed like 4 episodes. So get out of here, Brian. I'm the only one fucking... Get out of here. Look, whatever. They'll be on there. It's on YouTube, SideQuest Arcade on YouTube. You want to follow us on Twitter? You can follow the main SQA account at SideQuest Arcade on Twitter. You can follow myself at MicroManatee on Twitter. You can follow Brian at SQA_happiness on Twitter. If you want to follow the hosts that aren't here, you could follow Madman Matt at @MatmanMattYT on Twitter. If you want to follow Bryce, you can follow him at _silent wherever he's. Mind the underscore. He's very particular about that. We still do have t-shirts available if you want to wear an SQA or a VD2 t-shirt. I think both those are still up in the store if you feel like it. If not, no worries. Just come out and enjoy the content. If you want to chat with us day to day, we have a Discord server. There's links to that in the description of every episode as well as on our Twitters. If you want to come hang out and chat, we're all always in there kind of fooling around, joking. I think that's all of our socials. You can follow us on there. Keep up with us any way you want. We'll try and get back to you. Snail mail if you want to write us some letters. With that all being said, thank you very much, Brian, for showing up. Snapped off mics hard for this special episode, and appreciate it.
Hopefully we'll be back to some more normal episodes. Actually, honestly, probably not to the new year. But we'll fucking limp along as best we can.
There will be an episode a week.
We will get an episode a week. They might be
as best as we can.
2019 it'll be back to regular hosting, but yeah. It's gonna be the rest
you know what? It's fine. Listen, we pulled out a solid 2-hour episode here, Brian. I think we got to be proud of that. You and I carried the
on
weight.
time. Can I say? Brian shows back up and then episodes on time.
Hey, man, what can I say? We did it. Clap, clap. Thank you to myself for being here. Feel like I can do that. I'm gonna. And thank you to you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. That all being said, have a good night. We'll see you next week after HRX, and hopefully you have a great time and you watch the events there. And if not, catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.